$25 changes hands over my head. Dirty blue and white striped mattress, iron headboard, dirty, sweaty man, hot, heavy air, hands bound to iron. I twist, I turn, I kick, I fight with all I am. I fight. Just what I like, he says. Feisty. My 5-year-old brain freezes. How can I not fight? Fight or no fight, he wins. He unties me, tells me to run for the road. I fall on the broken, dry dirt. I'm crying. Grandpa is there. He lifts me and chuckles at my tears and my fear. And he carries me to the car. Hi, I'm Angela Ray Clark. And that is a very hard story from my childhood. That is my grandfather selling me for $25 for sex to another man. This happened in rural Iowa, and it happens all across the United States, and as we hear a lot more often in publicity, all around the world. I would like to see an end come to this. And as a result of the Me Too movement, we actually have of hope of that happening. And I believe that the Me Too movement has been profound and important because we are finally using our voice. We are telling our story of pain and suffering, depression, anger. For me, I had a lot of anger. And as you can imagine, it has taken me a long time to recover from the trauma of my childhood. And yet I am here to say that I'm in a place of feeling more whole than I've ever felt in my life. I can feel the ground beneath me. I find joy and happiness upon waking every morning. And I am finally finding my creative juices flowing again. And it's those creative juices that has led me to create this video. I'm doing an IndieGoGo campaign for my book, The Other F Word. I don't know about you, but that word forgiveness can stir up a lot of stuff. So for quite some time, people would say, oh, you need to find forgiveness. You know, that is the remedy to anger. However, I had some work to do before I could get to the point of arriving where my heart was willing to do the final steps of forgiveness. So for me, for many years, it was, I smiled and I said, yes, eventually I'll get there. And in my heart, I thought, well, if I never get there, that's okay. I had really bad things happen, and I'm justified if I never forgive the people that harmed me. And yet, at some point, even though I felt very healed in many ways, and I was still felt like something was holding me back. And when presented with the opportunity to follow my heart into forgiveness and choose liberation or stay stuck, I chose the forgiveness route. And I have to say it was an incredibly beautiful experience. So my book is about the other F word and helping people see how it might be applicable to them. And I'd like us to start a conversation about this and join into the Me Too movement and keep it as a guidepost out in front of us. It doesn't matter when we arrive there as long as we keep moving towards that. I think that a big part of the conversation that will be happening over the next decade is that collectively we'll need to stop and we'll take a big sigh, a big breath, and we'll say, what's next? We've used our voices, we've told our stories, and now we see where we want to go. We want to have a respect culture, not a rape culture. We want to see healing rather than PTSD. We want to move forward rather than stay stuck. And we're going to have lots of other hard conversations. There's a lot of different mindsets and actual habits that we are going to need to interrupt to be able to continue moving forward. And the other F word is actually just part of that conversation, but it's a very important part, I believe. And I hope that you will join me in the conversation and in the movement towards forgiveness. It is the remedy to violence. And a lot of people aren't ready to hear that quite yet, and that's okay. But in the meantime, let's just keep having a conversation about little tiny ways that we can apply forgiveness into our life. First and foremost, by having some self-compassion, especially if you're part of the Me Too movement, if you added your voice to that choir. So now I'm inviting you to join my IndieGoGo campaign at whatever level you feel comfortable. Engage and share. It's just me behind and this camera. This campaign is a very small production, and I am hoping to turn it into a bigger production than just me. So now you have watched this and you've joined the campaign, at least in your heart. So at the very least, hit the share buttons and share this message and help me get my book published. The funds are directly for publishing expenses. I hope to have the book done in February, ready to go to print, and I need help getting it printed. And you get to have a copy of the book if you join at the level it's $35 and up. So I can do this without you, but I want to do it with you. I want to see a tribe of people that are really invested in being forward thinkers and thought leaders in where we can go with this Me Too movement. What is part of our end goal? What is our guideposts to get into a complete respect culture? That's it, a respect culture. I think it's really important that we start having this conversation right now and not wait a year or 2 or 3. So this book's been in the works for a year, and it couldn't be more timely. I'm so blessed to have you be my partner, and I appreciate you. Thank you.